Welcome. This is Luis Daniel Maldonado Fonken with you. Today, I am going to share some time with Elena. She will introduce herself later. She's a yoga teacher in our Primordial Sound Yoga School. We have been sharing some time, facilitating workshops and sessions together. And we're going to get to know her today. The Primordial Sound Yoga School has officially opened its doors this year, and we are really empowering and encouraging more yoga teachers to join us and to explore with us the beautiful methods and practices that we are bringing new, recover from ancient times to our modern times on how to use sound, frequency, and vibration to enhance consciousness and wellness. Um, Elena, thank you for joining me today in the podcast. And please introduce yourself. I mean, you're coming from Italy. Tell us something about your story.
Thank you for inviting, first of all. And yes, I'm a yoga teacher, like you said. I've been teaching for quite some time, almost 10 years now. I've started my journey when I was working as a corporate marketing officer. Back then, I was really busy with my schedule, with my client's appointment. And my journey started with just dropping classes in a yoga studio where I was going with my colleague. And at first, I felt like it was something new for me to explore. But as time went on, I realized that I really enjoyed the exploration first of my body, and then something else. It was more of a deeper level, exploring how I felt, so the emotions, and then it was all of a new way of looking at myself and observing my life in different layers of my just the life I was conducting back then. Then I decided at some point that I no longer wanted to work in a corporate job, and I trained as a yoga teacher, and then I started teaching. And since that decision, I I really am super happy I made that decision. I made that leap of faith, and I stepped out of my comfort zone and became a yoga teacher.
Thank you, Elena, for sharing your story. And I think you did you made two decisions, right? Out of the comfort zone. The first one is to become a yoga teacher, which is completely different way of living and seeing, looking at the world and products and services than the work you did before in corporate, in marketing even. And the second one is to become a solopreneur, right? Because you have to create a business out of your craft as yoga teacher. How how challenging has it been for you? But at the same time, I'm wondering, I think this is an important call. Um, what internally motivated you, gave you the strength to go through the whole process of, making those choices and engaging into that future for you?
It was a call for me to be more authentic, to be my real self. I was just responding to a call, I think. It was being truth to myself, and realizing that what I was doing, it wasn't it wasn't me. So I really wanted to do something for other people around me, and giving like passing a message of taking care of yourself. It's um, something that you owe to yourself. It's something you must do. Because back then I was also sick. I felt like I wasn't in the right place, and I felt it in my body. And yeah, so I just wanted to pass the message on or to other people to really take care of yourself and listen to who you really are.
That sounds wonderful. can you feel today that the practice of yoga, the time that you're still working for corporate, open up in you some clarity about your purpose? What would you say today is your purpose?
My purpose is still the same. It's still the same. Just uh, make sure the people are I'm teaching yoga to, they are connecting with themselves, with their body, and with their feelings, and just eventually express themselves for what who they really are.
Hmm. Yeah, that's really wonderful. I think yoga certainly bring that ground, that foundation for us to feel comfortable in who we are, ourselves, and empower us in the journey. That's yoga for me has been also a blessing. But I want to ask you a couple of questions more, and it is for me about your perspective of yoga in general, because you know a few practices of yoga. With me, you have been exploring other approach for yoga too. So, what it means for you, the path of yoga? Do you see yoga as a path or as a lifestyle, wellness? How do you perceive yoga? What is yoga for you?
Well, for me, it's a journey. I would describe it as a journey,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lifelong journey. That's my own perspective because I decided to embrace this as a professional career as well. Let's put
Mm-hmm.
it this way. So it's my journey because it's not only on the professional level but also on the personal level.
It should be also a challenging thing, I guess. It doesn't happen for all entrepreneurs, but in your case, you're choosing an industry in which you become an important aspect of the product, the service you deliver. And at the same time, by teaching, you are growing. And there are more stages of development that come in the future, and you know that. So, how does it feel? Because that's not a common experience for entrepreneurs that have a very well-defined product, and they just have to sell something that's just not related immediately to themselves, right? How do they improve or grow or perfect themselves in time? And I think that's something unique for people working in yoga or in dance, in many other practices like body therapists and so on. So how does it feel for you?
Of course, it can be challenging at times, and I think the key is to keep on uh, enjoying, of course, and training. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the key also. Keep training and expanding and being also open to opportunities.
Right. Yes.
Explore different opportunities, and yeah, that is also part of the game, really, just to um, challenge yourself, step out of the comfort zone again, again, and again, again, and again.
Yeah, I think that phrase is so close to the essence of the practice of yoga all the time, to the yoga culture itself, how to step out of the comfort zone and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Um,